Hello everyone, this is Ajisha, Assistant Professor, Department of Management Studies, Rohini College of Engineering and Technology. Today we will see a very simple topic called planning. On completion, students will be able to 1. Explain the nature and purpose of planning. 2. Analyze the planning process. 3. Understand the types of plan. First, what is planning? According to Coontz O'Donnell, planning is an intellectual process, the conscious determination of courses of action, the basing of decisions on purpose, acts and considered estimates. There are few other definitions given by people. It is the basic function of management. It deals with chalking out a future course of action and deciding in advance the most appropriate course of actions for achievement of predetermined goals. According to Coontz, planning is deciding in advance what to do, when to do and how to do. It bridges the gap from where we are and where we want to be. Planning is a systematic thinking about ways and means for accomplishment of predetermined goals. Planning is necessary to ensure proper utilization of human and non-human resources. Next we will see the nature of planning. Number 1. Planning is a primary function. Number 2. Planning is an intellectual process. Next, number 3, it is a continuous function. Number 4. Flexibility. The process of planning should be adaptable to changing environmental conditions. Next, pervasiveness of planning. Planning is found at all levels of management. Top management looks after strategic planning. Middle management is in charge of administrative planning. Lower management has to concentrate on operational planning. So once the nature of planning is seen, we can look into the purpose of planning. First is it provides direction. Second, reduces uncertainty. Third, it involves the selection of most profitable course of action that would lead to the best result at the minimum costs. Lastly, all the activities of an organization are designed to achieve certain specified objectives. However, planning makes the objectives more concrete by focusing attention on them. The planning process. The various steps involved in planning is given here. First step. Perception of opportunities. Awareness of an opportunity is the real starting point for planning. Planning requires realistic diagnosis of the opportunity situation, possible future opportunities and the ability to see them clearly and completely, knowledge of where we stand in the light of our strengths and weaknesses, an understanding of why we wish to solve uncertainties, and a vision of what we expect to gain. Second step. Establishing objectives. Objectives specifying the results expected indicate the endpoints of what is to be done, where the primary emphasis is to be placed, and what is to be accomplished by the network of strategies, policies, procedures, rules, budgets and programs. Third step, considering the planning premises. Another logical step in planning is to establish, obtain agreement to utilize and disseminate critical planning premises. These are forecast data of a factual nature, applicable basic policies, and existing company plans. Premises, then, are planning assumptions, in other words, the expected environment of plans in operation. This step leads to one of the major principles of planning. Fourth step. Identification of alternatives. The focus of this step is to search for and examine alternative courses of action, especially those not immediately apparent. And quite often an alternative that is not obvious proves to be the best. The more common problem is not finding alternatives, but reducing the number of alternatives so that the most promising may be analyzed. Fifth step. Evaluation of alternatives. This step is to evaluate them by weighing the various factors in the light of premises and goals. Typical planning is filled with uncertainties, problems of capital shortages, and intangible factors, and so evaluation is usually very difficult, even with relatively simple problems. The sixth step is choice of alternative plans. A manager usually finds that some premises are unreasonable and can therefore be excluded from further consideration. This elimination process helps the manager determine which alternative would best accomplish organizational objectives. The seventh step will be formulating of supporting plans. There are various minor plans which supports the major plan. These can be termed as derivative or supporting plan. Finally, the last step. Establishing sequence of activities. Once plans that furnish the organization with both long-range and short-range direction have been developed, they must be implemented. Next we will move on to the types of planning. There are strategic, tactical, operational and contingency planning. A strategic plan is an outline of steps designed with the goals of the entire organization as a whole in mind, rather than with the goals of specific divisions or departments. A tactical plan is concerned with what the lower level units within each division must do, how they must do it, and who is in charge at each level. Tactics are the means needed to activate a strategy and make it work. The specific results expected from departments, work groups, and individuals are the operational goals. These goals are precise and measurable. Contingency planning involves identifying alternative courses of action that can be implemented if and when the original plan proves inadequate because of changing circumstances. Now for the last part, we can see the advantages and disadvantages. Advantages: helps in achieving objectives. Better resource utilization. Reduces risk. There is effective control. There is coordination. It encourages motivation. Guides in decision making. Following the advantages, there are few limitations. Lack of accurate information for you to plan. It can cost you time and money. Sometimes it is inflexible. And there is a false sense of security. So in this video we have seen a simple planning topic. Hope this video benefits you. Thank you.